Hello everyone. Mark 10:18. Good teacher, what shall I do that I might inherit eternal life? Jesus said to him, Why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. So did Jesus here give us an explicit statement denying he was God? Yes, he did. And we need to talk about that one. Trinitarians have a very interesting interpretation of this verse. It's kind of like Jesus was speaking in code. Why would you call me good unless you believed I was God? Because that's who I am. And because I'm good, I must be God. And all this. And so they'll get into the whole thing where they interpret the verse as if Jesus is talking about moral goodness, about being morally good versus being morally evil or morally bad. And Jesus is morally good, therefore Jesus must be God. Well, the first reason that doesn't make any sense is the Bible refers to many men as good. Many men. Read Luke chapter 1. John's father, John the Baptist's father and mother, blameless and righteous. Blameless and righteous. There's many examples in the scriptures. That's not what Jesus is talking about here. Look at what he was called by this man. Good teacher. Good teacher. What shall I do to inherit eternal life? Good teacher. 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 And so Jesus responds, why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. Let's find out now why Jesus said this. We read many times in the Gospels about how people were amazed at Jesus' teaching. For example, Matthew 7:28, near the end of the Sermon on the Mount. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching. And it's talking about chapters 5, 6, and 7 of Matthew there. They were amazed at his teaching. And we read that, he just got finished teaching about building your house upon the rock. And he's teaching them, if you do all these things that I just said, you've built your house upon the rock. If you don't, you haven't. And your house is going to fail. But they were amazed at his teaching. And again at Mark 1:22, Luke 4:32 says about the same thing. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went into the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. Where did he get that authority? He got it at the Jordan River when the Spirit came down upon him. We'll find out more about that in a minute. Good teacher. Why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. His teaching was amazing. Why was his teaching so amazing? And it's funny that Trinitarians are blind to this because there are so many statements in the scriptures which enlighten what is going on here. First of all, there's the prophecy of Jesus at Deuteronomy 18:15-18. And you should probably read Acts 3:22 and following, where Peter talks about this prophecy. Okay, I won't cover all of that here. You can do that if you like after. Acts 3:22 and following, and Peter is talking about the prophecy at Deuteronomy 18:15-18. And here's what it says here. I will raise up a prophet from among their countrymen like you, and I will put my words in his mouth. And Peter tells us this is Jesus. And if you check all the facts out carefully in those two passages, Acts 3 and Deuteronomy 18, you realize it's the Father speaking here. It has to be. The Father's saying, I will put my words in his mouth. Now listen carefully to what Jesus says. Now before we do that, now just think about that all by itself. Why was Jesus teaching amazing? Because the Father, his God, Jesus Christ's God, put his words in Jesus' mouth. That's what it says, doesn't it? Maybe we're getting a clue here why Jesus said, in response to being called good teacher, no one is good but God alone. Those were the Father's words in his mouth. Listen to all the things that are said, and a lot of them by Jesus himself. When he's praying to the Father, he said this, I have given them the words which you gave me. John 17:8. The words which you gave me. I will put my words in his mouth. Deuteronomy 18:18. For I do not speak out of myself. The Father who sent me has given me command what to say and what to speak. John 12:49. Listen carefully. I do not speak out of myself. This isn't coming from me, he's saying. The Father who sent me has himself given me command what to say and what to speak. John 12:49. For he whom God has sent utters the words of God. John 3:34. The words which you gave me. John 17:8. I will put my words in his mouth. Deuteronomy 18:18. Jesus says this, the word which you hear is not mine. Not mine, but the Father's who sent me. The word which you hear is not mine. Put that with no one is good but God alone now. In response to being called good teacher. You see that? John 14:24. The word which you hear is not mine. My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. If any man's will is to do his will, he shall know whether the teaching is from God or whether I am speaking on my own authority. John 7:16-18. So which one do you pick? Is Jesus speaking on his own authority? Is his teaching his? Or is he teaching by someone else's authority and his teaching is not his? What's he say? My teaching is not mine. I do nothing from myself, but as my Father teaches me, I speak. John 8:28. I do nothing from myself, nothing. But as my Father teaches me, I speak. Good teacher. Good teacher. Why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. Do you hear what he's saying there? The words that I say to you, I do not speak from myself. The words that I say to you, I do not speak from myself, but the Father abiding in me does the works. John 14:10. The Father's doing it. Comes right out and says it. I am able to do nothing from myself. Just as I hear, I judge. John 5:30. I'm able to do nothing. Able to do nothing. But as I hear, I judge. John 5:30. Jesus said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, the Son is able to do nothing of himself. Nothing. But only what he sees the Father doing, for whatever he does, the Son likewise does. John 5:19. See how all this is fitting together? My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. These words are not my own, but his who sent me. I will put my words in his mouth, said God. James 1:17, every good thing given and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights. Every good thing given and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights. James 1:17, why do you call me good? No one is good but God alone. A man can receive nothing unless it has been given to him from heaven. John 3:27. You see what Jesus is saying? This ain't me. This good teaching, it's not me. Why are you calling me good? It's not me. My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. Every good thing given, every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father. A man can receive nothing unless it's been given to him from heaven. It's not his teaching. It's not his teaching. Was Jesus denying here that he was God? Yes, he was. He was saying, why are you calling me good? This teaching isn't mine. This teaching is my God's. This is my God's teaching. My God and Father. It's his teaching. And every good thing comes from God. And no man can receive anything unless it comes from God the Father. See that? It all fits together. He was saying that he is not God. No man is good but God alone. His teaching was from his God, his Father. And when you put all these things together about what Jesus testifies concerning his teaching, we start to see why he said those words in response to being called good teacher. His words were not his own. His teaching was not his own. It was the Father's. It was the Father's. It was the Father's words that were amazing. The Father's. Jesus Christ's God. His God's teaching. No one is good but God alone. His teaching didn't come from himself. That was his point. No one could have this good teaching. No one but God. And he's saying, I'm not it, man. My teaching is not mine. My teaching is not mine. No one is good but God alone. My teaching is not mine, but his who sent me. Listen carefully to these words. If any man's will, that would be you, is to do his will, he shall know whether the teaching is from God or whether I am speaking on my own authority. So what is your will? To do his will? Think about what Jesus said there. It's very clear when we put all this together, Jesus' own testimony about his teaching, what is going on at Mark 10:18. He's being called good teacher, saying, why you call me that? Why? No one is good but God alone. His response means, this ain't mine. This ain't mine. I'm not God, and this ain't mine. This teaching comes from my God. God bless you.